In this class, we'll talk about how to sort data in Excel. So let's start with a very simple example. So here we have a small data set where in the first column you have the last name of students, and in the second column we have the test scores, right? So sometimes you would like to sort the data either by the student's last name or by their scores, right? So let's see how we do that. Suppose we want to sort this data by student scores, right? So we want to rank students' scores from high to low. So how do we do that? One way is we can select any cell in this column. We're gonna sort based on this column, right? So we select any cell in this column, and we go to the Data tab. Okay, on top of your screen, locate your Data tab, and here you have this Sort and Filter section, right? Because we're trying to sort from high to low, so we're going to do Z to A. So if you put your cursor here, you see in the text box it says sort largest to smallest. Right? If you want to sort from low to high, then you go from A to Z. Right? So this is high to low. Click on that. So now you can see that the scores are sorted from high to low, and the names are also sorted accordingly, right? So let me use Control Z to go back so you can see this. Let me do Control Z to go back. Okay, so now we're back to the original data set. This is unsorted data, right? So for example, we can see that the student whose last name is Steven has a score of 90, right? This Hinton has a score of 87. So let's see what happens after we sort them. Now I'm sorting based on score, high to low. So Steven still has 90 and Hinton still has 87, right? So basically this the first column, even though we're sorting based on the second column, the first column will also be sorted accordingly. So now let's say instead of sorting on score, we want to sort on student's name alphabetically, right? So if we want to sort on name alphabetically, then we can select any cell in the name column and say we would like to go from A to Z, right? So we click on this. As you can see, the names are currently sorted, and also the scores will also follow the names, right? So by default, when you sort like this, Excel will expand your sorting into all the columns in the table, right? No matter, even if you have more columns, when you sort based on one column, all these other columns will be sorted accordingly. The other way to do sorting is, for this kind of simple sorting, we can just use one of these two buttons, right? So if you need to do something a little bit more complicated, sometimes you might need to open the sort menu, right? For example, if suppose I still want to sort based on score, instead of using one of these buttons, I can click on the sort menu. That gives me this menu, and this menu will allow me to sort based on, for example, I can choose am I sorting based on last name or score? Let's say I want to sort on score, and so exactly what am I sorting on? I'm sorting on the value of this column, right? So I'm not sorting on, so you can even sort on color or things like that. But here I'm not sorting on color, I'm sorting on the value of these cells. And you can either from smallest to largest, or you can even customize that a little bit. But say I want to do largest to smallest. Right? So you click OK. Now basically we're still doing sorting based on score from high to low, right? So this is similar to using this. So for a simple task like this, it's enough to use one of these buttons. But later in some other examples, we can see you have to use the menu. Okay, so let's move on to our second example. In the previous example, we sort based on one column. We either sorted on score or sorted on name, right? But sometimes you might want to sort based on several columns jointly. So let me give you an example here. Here I have three columns. I have date, I have sales rep's name, and I have the sales they made, right? So let's say I would like to organize this data. So first of all, this data is sorted on sales rep's name. because here you can see that for each sales rep, we have multiple entries, right? So each person has made several sales. So I would first like to sort this table based on sales rep name, and within the same sales rep name, I would like to sort based on their sales from high to low, right? So let's see how we do that. So I'm going to sort. So let me do this first and show you the result so you know what we're looking for. So I'm going to sort based on sales first, right? So I click on sales. I would like to go from high to low, so from large to small. Okay, so now you can see that the entire table is sorted based on the sales, right? So from high to low. Next, I would like to sort based on sales rep. So I'm going to click one of the cells in the sales rep column, and I'll go from, I'm going to do this alphabetically, so from A to Z. Okay. So now you can see that the table is sorted based on sales rep's name, right? We have Alex on top, and then have Joe, Phil, and Sue, and so forth. And the other thing you notice is that because we first sorted the entire table based on the sales from high to low, so after you do the second layer of sort based on the sales rep's name, then within each sales rep, within the same sales rep, the sales are also sorted from high to low, right? So you can see Alex, high to low, Joe, high to low, Phil, high to low, and so forth, right? So if you're trying to sort your table based on several criteria, so what you can do is you can sort based on each criteria separately, right? But here the key is that you want to make sure that you first sort on the low level criteria and then on the high level criteria. Okay, what I mean is that, you see, to achieve this result, basically what we're doing is, essentially what we're doing is, we would like to sort on sales rep first, and then within each sales rep, sort on sales amount. Okay. That's actually what we're doing. Okay. We're sorting on sales rep first, and then within each sales rep, we're sorting on sales amount. Right. But you notice that when we actually do this, instead of starting from this top level, we actually start from this low level, from the sales level. After we do this step, and then we go back to the top level to sort on sales rep. Right? So even though it's kind of a little tricky, because logically we would like to sort on this first and then on this, but actually in practice we need to go from the low level and then to the high level. So you can practice this a little bit. Let me give you a slightly more complicated example here. Right? So here I have a slightly bigger data set, and in this data set I have also some sales record, and we have not only sales rep and sales amount, we also have where the sale, like the region where the sales takes place, and also the product name and so forth. Right? So let's do this. I would like to sort on region first. So my top level of sort is the region. So in other words, in the end, after we're done sorting, then we should see, for example, at the beginning, all the strikers are from the East region, and then from the Midwest region, and then from the South region, and so forth. Right? So the top level sorting should be by region. And then within each region, let's sort on sales rep. Okay. And then within each region, we'd like to sort on based on sales rep, right? And then within each sales rep, we would like to sort on sales. Let's do high to low. Okay. So here we have three criteria, right? There are three layers of sorting. So like I said, to actually do this, we should start from the low level, right? So the lowest level here is by sales amount. So I'm going to sort by sales amount. Go back to data, and we're going to do, I'd like to do high to low, so I'm going to do high to low. Okay. So we sort the lowest level first, and then we go back to the sales rep level. I'm going to sort this alphabetically, so A to Z. Okay. And then I go back to the highest level, which is the region level. Click on region. I'm also going to do this one alphabetically, so A to Z. Okay, so now we're done. So let's see what we get here. Like I said, because the region is the last sort, so this is actually the highest level, right? So now, if you look at the entire data, it's first and foremost sorted by region, right? So at the beginning is East, and then Midwest, and then South and West, right? So broadly, it's first sorted by region, and then within each region, let's say within the East region, in the second level, it's sorted by the name of sales rep, right? Alphabetically. And then after that, in the lowest level, within each region, within each sales rep, our records are sorted by sales amount from high to low. Okay. So if you like, I can give you another example. This is for you to practice on your own. Say I want to sort based on, let's say, product name. That's my top level sort. And then I would like to sort based on, let's say, customer. So within each product name, sort customer, and then finally within each customer, sort sales rep. Okay. You can practice this a little bit, so this is going to be very similar to. So everything here should be sorted alphabetically. Let's assume that. Okay, so after you're done practicing this example using the approach I just taught you, now let's look at a different approach. Right? So we were doing this just using one of these two buttons, right? So to do this kind of task, you can also use the sort menu, right? For example, let me show you how to do this using the sort menu here. So I'm going to click on the table, select somewhere in the table, and click on this sort menu to bring up the sort menu. So let's see. In this sort menu, as you can see here, it asks me what am I sorting on, right? So in this case, actually, I want to follow this order from top to bottom, right? Not the other way. In this menu, I need to do it from top to bottom. Say I'm trying to sort on product name, so I'm going to do product first. Say from A to Z. Okay. Then within each product, I would like to sort based on customer name, right? Customer name. How do I do that? I do add level. You see, it says sort on product, and then sort by customer. Okay, and then within each customer, I would like to sort on sales rep. So and you add another level, and then sort by sales rep. And after you added all the levels you need, let's click OK. Let's see if it does what we wanted to do. So first of all, remember the top level is product level. You can see that now your data first is sorted based on product, right? So at the beginning is this product called Belen, and then after that you have this product called Carlota, and so forth. And within each product, I want to sort based on customer. Right? So here you can see within Belen we have customer sorted, right? AST first, DS, GH, whatever they are, right? So they're all sorted based on customer name. You can check this is sorted alphabetically. Right? And some of these customers only has one entries, so that's why you only see one of them. Okay. And within each customer, I would like to sort on sales rep alphabetically. Right? So within each customer, sales reps are sorted alphabetically. Within each customer, sales reps are sorted. Right? So if you only have one entry for this customer, then there's not much to sort for this level. Right? So like this, because there's only one entry here. As long as you have multiple entry in the upper level, then the sales rep name will be sorted within this level alphabetically. Okay. So in all the sorts we have done so far, we have been changing the order of rows, right? So we have been manipulating how the rows are arranged. But sometimes it might be desired to change the order of columns, right? So let's use another example to see how we can change the order of columns in a table. So in this example, we have financial data, right? So we have some kind of financial statement from a company. And right now you can see that each column is for a particular quarter. Right? This is the quarter end date. Right? So if you look at this date right now, it's not sorted in any particular order. So I would like to sort these columns so that the first column is the earliest quarter, and then the later quarter follows. Right? So let's see how we do that. To do that, we can first of all select a table area where you would like to sort. Okay. And then in this case, we cannot just use this one of these buttons. We have to use the menu. Right? So first of all, because by default, Excel assumes that you're trying to sort rows, not columns. Right? So if you're trying to change the order of columns, you have to let Excel know. So let's see, we choose options. You can see in this options, we have from top to bottom. That means we're sorting rows. If we're trying to sort columns, then you have to choose from left to right. Okay, choose from sort left to right, click OK, and then it will ask you sort by what. We're trying to sort by these dates. Okay, so where are those dates? You can see that here it says row 2. These dates are in row 2, right? So we're sorting based on this row, row 2. Here the 2 refers to this number here. Okay. So we're sorting based on their value, and oldest to newest. So because we're trying to sort on dates, so we're doing oldest to newest. That's correct. So let's click OK. Right. So now you can see that this whole table is rearranged. So the first column is in January 2010, and then April 2010, July 2010, and so forth. So from the earliest days to the latest days. Okay, so that's what we want.